Well, we've arrived to the Red City, the home of Nikolai Copernicus and the home of gingerbread in Europe. Yes, it is Toruń.
It did take us 3 hours longer than expected to get here though. Because of the weather, there was train delays, which isn't great.
We are slipping and sliding, but I cannot wait to visit. I've been looking forward to this for a long, long time. Let's get going and exploring. So we've reached the centre of the old town in Toruń, and right here is the main town hall. It is huge and very, very grand. It dates back from the 13th century, and basically this was the centre of political and commercial life in the city. And it really shows off how wealthy and how much of a trading hub Toruń was, because to have a building like this, I don't know if any of the other cities I've been to have something as incredibly big and in your face in the town centre as this.
What's pretty impressive is one of the things I've just found out from reading a plaque outside. The whole of the town of Toruń, which is a medieval town, is actually a World Heritage Site and has been since 1997. To have the whole town as a World Heritage is pretty impressive.
So what you see here is really from the medieval period. Because it wasn't destroyed during World War II like cities such as Warszawa, this is it. And the beautiful red bricks that you see, we see it from over on the bridge. That's basically because the city doesn't have any natural stone around, but it does have a lot of iron oxide clay, which is heated up incredibly hot and then creates this. And I think this is the main thing that I think of. Oh, the bell is going. That's good timing. Any more? No. But basically, this is the first thing I think of when I think of Toruń. It's not necessarily Copernicus or the gingerbread. It is that beautiful red brick that stands out and is almost just unmatched around Poland. It is stunning. And looking here, you've got the tall, skinny windows, but imagine coming in here, a trader, and just standing here, walking in with your good, what a brilliant place already, and we've been here 5 minutes. So in this house behind me, this is where Nikolai Copernicus was born in 1473. This man was one of the greatest scientists in the world and clearly put Toruń on the map. He came up with the heliocentric theory of the Earth rotating around the sun, which has changed science forever and our understanding of our world.
Copernicus worked on his theory for 30 years, but it was actually only released in 1543, around the time of his death. This is because he knew his theory would go against the church, so he was cautious, not reckless. It's really incredible as well. There was no telescopes, we think, at that time, so he would have done it just from the naked eye and maths. It lends to what an incredible man he was and how smart he was with mathematician, geology, he was a lawyer, all these things just show how smart he really was.
Can you imagine these days being Copernicus with this brilliant theory, which now turns out to be true, but knowing that no one was going to believe you, how powerful the church was? They actually banned his book. The funny thing is, decades later, I think it was Galileo, he actually agreed with Copernicus, and he also got in trouble too. It's mad to think, isn't it? What we know is fact. Back then, the religious side of things, they did not want it to be true at all, because it went against their teachings. So our first taste of gingerbread in Toruń. Here we go, here's a sample. Now their gingerbread is more cakey, but it's beautiful. It is beautiful because Toruń, it had amazing trade route. So all the spices would come through here, and what Toruń had was the honey, the wheat to make it. So in medieval times, it was a perfect combination. In the end, it got used as gifts for nobles and royals. It was just the perfect timing, and it was inevitable that Toruń would be known for delicious gingerbread. Charlie has just said to me, do we have time? Because I really want to go and buy more gingerbread. But there's shops everywhere selling it, and it is a tradition here now. Interestingly though, back in the medieval times, it was an expensive thing because spices were not cheap. So the everyday person possibly did not eat it. And it was also not seen as a treat like it is now. Because of the spices, the ginger and things, it was actually seen as a healthy thing because ginger and your gut health and all that. So it's gone through a few phases, hasn't it, gingerbread? But I just love what they do here. Like I said, it's more cakey quite often, whereas we get in England the kind of gingerbread man, which is more like a biscuit. I think I prefer the cake. Well, we're going to stop for a very quick McDonald's because we need something fast. We are in a hurry. I've just seen McDonald's though, even with their whatever McCafe stuff, they have gingerbread as well. So even McDonald's is going for a gingerbread vibe. So these red brick walls are a real symbol of Toruń because this is what you first see when you enter. Over on the bridge or on the other side of the Vistula, this is a key point that you can see. It's beautiful. Now there's over a dozen gates, there's watchtowers. In some places, there are even moats. And if you think back in the time of the 12th century when they started being built and later, it needed to be protected. It became a wealthy place. And what you'd have is you'd have thieves, smugglers coming in, bandits coming, rival armies coming to steal the wealth of Toruń. And so these were incredibly important. Now, obviously, during World War II, this wasn't destroyed. So luckily, we still see them intact today. These walls are very much part of the reason why Toruń gained the UNESCO World Heritage Site classification, because you can see that it's so important to keep these sort of structures to show the identity of the city, and clearly UNESCO agreed. Stop. This is one of the more fun places to be because this is the Leaning Tower of Toruń. Now this was built in the 13th century, but unfortunately it was not built on solid ground. So over time it has started slanting.
It's not quite as famous as the Leaning Tower of Pisa though, but it has been like this for over 700 years.
So the tower leans around 1.5 metres out, and there is a legend that if you can stand with your back against it and stay standing up, then you're free of sin. So, are you ready?
Are you going to have a go?
You're having a go as well?
Okay, you
right.
go first.
So, it doesn't look, from here it doesn't look bad.
No, it doesn't look that bad.
Okay. No, I can't. That's weird, isn't it?
The worst thing as well, it's so icy on the floor that like if you fall.
Okay, Chaz, you have a go. Right, I'm going to prop you up. Feet against, ready? Ready?
Yep.
Let go of my hands.
No.
No. So basically, we are very, very sinful people.
Hold on.
You won't be able to do it?
No, I can't.
No, so yeah, we're going to hell. Well, I am so glad to get to come to Toruń. It is an just incredible, beautiful old town city, surrounded by the red bricks and the history as well. What was your favourite part?
I think the gingerbread, because it was like a cake, it was so delicious, so yummy. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't have as long as we would have liked, because actually I'd really like to come back, I think.
Yes.
And explore maybe in warmer weather would be nice as well.
The one thing that I wish we had time to do was the gingerbread museum, because I think you get to make it as well, I think. But unfortunately we just didn't have the time. But that would have been quite cool to really get our hands.
Yeah, and down by the river would have been nice. In nicer sun. Weather would have been beautiful down there by the castle wall.
My favourite thing was the fact those red brick walls, the walls that go out, because whenever I see images of Toruń, it is from normally the other side of the Vistula looking in, and it's surrounded by the red brick, and it's just beautiful. And yeah, it matched my expectations at least. Have you been to Toruń? Let us know. What do you think? Is the gingerbread museum worth it? That's what I need to know.
Is it worth us coming back? What else could we have done?
Look, it's another small city. That is another one ticked off the list. I think we're up to about 13 now. Yeah, we've seen a lot of Poland. And you've come along with us all the way. So please do like and subscribe. All the socials are down there. And as always, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.